Senegal, a surfer's paradise in West Africa, but not everyone's feeling welcome in the water.
Here they think it's only boy can do surfing.
Khadjou Sambe was the first Senegalese woman to become a pro surfer, but her dream of competing at the Olympics has so far been blocked.
I don't have to give up because I do that for the next generation. I do that for the woman.
She's trailblazing a path for young Senegalese women and teaching them the skills to succeed through her club, Black Girls Surf. But in a Muslim-majority country with conservative cultural views on the role of women, they must overcome resistance, both from their families and society at large. We follow Khadjou and the girls as they fight to get their surf school recognised and compete on the world stage. I've come to Dakar to meet a group of girls redefining surfing in Senegal. This is Black Girls Surf, a training camp for young female surfers who want to compete on the world stage. So this is the girls' morning training session and they've invited me to come along and have a go. Their coach is Khadjou Sambe, the first woman in Senegal to become a pro surfer. When she started 11 years ago, there were no female surfers in Senegal. Even now, they're surfing against the tide. Here, 1 in 3 girls are married before they turn 18.
It's going very badly for me. Great for these guys.
But Khadjou set up this surf club to do things differently.
Here they think it's only boy can do surfing. Because sometimes they're gonna tell you, oh, go stay home cleaning or have a husband, have kids or, doing the dish or all of this, And I say if boy can do it, girl can do it too. It's not just only boy.
And what's the dream for you and the girls now, do you think? Where are you heading?
My dream for the girl is I want them to have more than what is I have.
Okay, so we're getting on the boat and we are heading off surfing. I'm excited to see the girls in action.
Our Cisse only started surfing this year, but already has big dreams.
Tekki daal comme Khadjou lan laa rêvé pour tekki dem ay compétition bi yëpp.
Dakar sits on the westernmost point of Africa. That means it gets ocean swells from both the North and South Atlantic. With waves you can rely on, it's fast becoming one of the continent's top surfing destinations. Today the girls are surfing on a reef break just off the mainland. I decide to watch from the safety of the boat alongside Rhonda Harper. She's Khadjou's American coach and the co-founder of Black Girls Surf in Senegal. The girls are in the water for a few minutes when a group of boys show up. It's getting crowded. Only one person can catch a wave, and now there's some male competition, the girls seem less confident.
They haven't quite caught any waves just yet, but there's still time.
Even Khadjou keeps missing the waves.
So are the boys playing nicely in the sea at the moment?
Not really. No, I mean, I've seen a couple of sprays in the face. It's one of those things you have to deal with.
Girls have been surfing now for over an hour. Khadjou finally catches a wave, but it's brief. In a sport already dominated by men, the boys taking over just shows what the girls are up against. Black Girls Surf have their own clubhouse on Yoff Beach, a spot popular with surfers. Rhonda and Khadjou meet here every morning to train for the 2024 Olympics.
Alright, gotta be bored. I'll stabilize as much as possible.
This is Khadjou's second attempt at reaching the Olympics. In 2018, she was one of 3 women selected for the national squad against the wishes of her family.
Tell me what happened with the Olympics, because Khadjou wanted to go to the Olympics.
She was stopped by the Federation.
The Federation are the national body that regulates the sport of surfing in Senegal, including the national team.
She was literally on the list to go. And they said that they didn't have room for, to pay for the girls to go.
Rhonda and Khadjou went to the media, saying the Federation's refusal to pay the women's travel expenses was gender discrimination. Shortly afterwards, Khadjou was dropped from the Senegalese team. Rhonda believed this was an attempt to keep black trailblazing women away from the limelight, especially as a white athlete remained on the squad.
If Khadjou would have been there, Khadjou would have got all the attention because she's just like internationally known, trying to vie for the Olympics. So what do? When you don't want somebody to be there, you cut them off at the feet. And that's exactly what happened.
Since then, the Federation have refused to register Black Girls Surf as an official training camp. That means none of the girls from Khadjou's school can compete in a national competition.
Let me tell you about my grandma. She was doing faster than that yesterday, and she's been dead for 20 years.
Khadjou has been struggling for more than a decade to be accepted by the surfing community, but she says it's the conflict with the Federation that has hit her mental health the hardest. She stopped surfing for 2 months following the Olympics and has only just started training again. Rhonda is worried the girls will also lose their motivation.
They don't know all the things in the background. That's not something that we were going to tell them. Because why should they feel bad? You know what I mean? Like, we knew why, but we can't tell them, oh, because of your gender, you're being excluded.
You want to protect them?
At all costs.
After their fitness session, Khadjou shows me some of the letters the Federation sent her ahead of the Olympic qualifiers.
Here they say I go training for the Olympic, like Tokyo 2020.
That must have been hard.
Oh, so much hard. I almost like give up, but I don't. And I say I don't have to give up because I do that for the next generation. I do that for the woman.
Senegal has one of the fastest growing economies in Africa, and when it comes to gender equality, progress has been made with greater access to education for girls. Yet patriarchal beliefs are still common, and some say they veer towards misogyny.
At the moment, there is a broader conversation going on about the role of women. While over 40% of politicians in Parliament are female, the highest in West Africa and one of the highest in the world, there is a bigger debate about the place of women in society, and this soap opera is at the centre of that.
Mistress of a Married Man is Sex and the City Senegalese style, with female protagonists who are sexually liberated. It became a hit, but its popularity also prompted a fierce backlash from more traditional corners of society. The TV regulator forced Mistress of a Married Man to censor its content.
Assalamu alaikum.
Maalaikum salam.
Mamata Gay is from the influential religious organisation Jamra. He led that campaign against the programme and was recently backed by the president.
Mais elles l'ont articulé autour d'un scénario qui fait la promotion de l'adultère et de l'infidélité conjugale. Et ça, c'est pas bon dans une société de croyants. Ça encourage les jeunes à la débauche.
Do you think men should be able to decide on the role of women in society?
Voilà, les femmes doivent exécuter les tâches les plus douces, l'éducation des enfants, la cuisine, et puis au travail dans l'administration.
What about Senegalese women who don't want to have families or want to pursue their careers instead, or do both?
C'est une grande bénédiction pour un mari d'avoir une femme qui a un métier, mais l'islam dit sauf de faire à la femme des travaux physiques trop lourds, c'est interdit.
I want to find out if these conservative views are affecting the girls from Khadjou Surf School.
So this is Hataheli in Angor, where a lot of the girls live. It's just a little fishing village, and we're going to go and say hi ahead of the surf.
I'm here to meet Awa, the young surfer who joined Black Girls Surf
You good?
earlier this year. She's busy in the kitchen, so I spend some time with her aunt, Aissatou. She tells me Awa had a difficult start in life.
Un mois rek lañ am seen yaay gaañu.
You okay?
Metti na moom metti na lool parce que ñaari gone nga bëgg leen a yor.
Awa and her sister went to live with her aunt, who's raised them ever since. She admits Awa's gained confidence since she started surfing, but Aissatou still has a different vision for her future.
Fekkee deful surf ñu jéem ko jàngal liggéeyu kër rek comme jigéen ñëpp rek comme arrivé wu si école ñu jéem ko téye si kër gi rek jàngal ko liggéeyu kër bés bu ko yàlla mooy jëkkër ñu muur ko mu dem sëyi.
And in this household, disobedience is not tolerated.
Am na ndaxte daawul tàggoo xam nga xale bu jigéen buy dem fene day tàggoo loolu moo tax bu daan ñëw dañ koy dóor ba muy bëgg a dee loolu moom dëgg la kenn du ko weddi si kër.
According to local beliefs, women must practice mun. It means to endure hardship without complaint. Senegalese feminists see this as suppression.
Surf bi metti woon na torop sama parents yi avant ñuy d'accord noonu laa sonne doon ne ma guddi doon ne ma bëccëg surf neex na ma torop bëgg naa ko ñaan naa yàlla tamit ma tekki si di dem compét.
And can you get there? Do you believe you can get there?
Naa si mën a egg kay sant yàlla ak gëm ko rek ak gëm liggéey bi boo ko gëmee tamit loo bëgg di nga ko am.
Even if her family agreed, Awa can't compete in a national contest until the surf school's registered.
From talking to Awa, you get the sense that surfing has had such a massive impact on her life, and yet there are people at the very top, powerful men, who are essentially blocking her dreams, and it just feels very unjust, actually. It feels really unfair.
That afternoon, just 4 of the girls show up at the clubhouse for training. It's a reoccurring problem for Black Girls Surf.
You had 40, now you have 28. You know what I mean? Now we're relegated to like 13, and you have to go and you have to find all the rest of the girls, put this whole map back together.
Do you think the girls are lacking motivation then?
I think, yeah. At this point, yeah.
Even the girls who are here seem to be low on energy.
Khadjou told me that you guys are not showing up for training. Awa gave a great session last week. Y'all missed it.
It seems their poor attendance is starting to affect performance.
One thing is missing is the pop-up. The pop-up is bad on everybody all together. So we're all gonna go over the pop-up again. Khadjou's gonna demonstrate because she's the professional.
It's a bit of a shame that only 4 of them have come out today. You get the sense that Rhonda's a little bit deflated, that morale's not quite as high as it could be.
It's a short session with Rhonda and Khadjou ending the class early due to low turnout. I've been in Senegal a few days now and have barely seen the girls surf. If it is the patriarchy that's trying to hold them back, then it seems to be working.
It's interesting when you look in the water, you can see that the only kids who are having a go at surfing with mostly makeshift surfboards are little boys. It's really rare that you see little girls surfing and having a go.
I arranged to meet Khadjou back in Hataheli, the fishing village where they all live. I want to find out if anything's changed since she started surfing 11 years ago. Like Awa, her family didn't approve.
In the beginning, it's so much difficulty, and because sometimes they beat me, you know. But now it's changed a lot because now they support me at 100%.
Do you think attitudes here have changed enough to get you and the girls recognition, to get you registered by the Federation?
Yes, I think now it starts to be changed a lot, the attitude, everything. Really, at 100%, I'm going to be still fighting not just for myself, but for the girls, for the little kids, the next generation, because they need help, and I don't want what has happened to me happen to them.
I want to find out why Khadjou and her female surf club have met so much resistance, so I've arranged to meet Omar Say, Vice President of the Senegalese Surf Federation.
I want to get your opinion on these documents that Khadjou Sambe gave us. She says that she was ready to go to the Olympics, but that the federation stopped her going to Tokyo. What's your take on that?
Ça c'est faux. C'est faux.
Not true?
On a amené 2 filles, qui étaient les meilleures, qu'on a sélectionnées, qui se sont préparées avec nous et sont parties compétir. Au retour, on a entendu aujourd'hui que la fédération a amené des filles qui ne sont pas blacks, mais ils ont la nationalité sénégalaise.
How many girl surfers do you have registered at the federation?
15 girls surfing here.
And how many men?
Men, maybe, I'm not sure, maybe 200.
So a big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. It's the new. It's the new. Now the Senegalese woman interest for surf. Donc step by step is coming.
According to Omar, it's the accusations of discrimination that have damaged Khadjou's cause.
On veut que le projet, que ça soit vrai, qu'ils veulent l'installer dans ce pays pour qu'on développe le surf ensemble. Mais les mensonges, ça va nous affaiblir.
Au revoir. It's really interesting talking to Omar because he has a very different take on what's happened here. He says, look, it's got nothing to do with gender, it's got nothing to do with racism. I think what is really clear from talking to him, though, is there is a lot of tension. You can feel that. With Dakar about to host the Youth Olympic Games, it couldn't be a better time for surfing in Senegal. The only people suffering from these tensions are the girls from Khadjou's school. But maybe that's about to change. A few days before I met Omar, Khadjou tells me she's going to call the federation one more time and try and secure that registration. Should we give him a call?
Yeah. Salam alaikum. Ça va bien, man la Khadjou. Am bëggoon ñëw pour andi papier pour enregistrer école bi.
She seems deflated and she's not holding out much hope.
Okay, amul problème. Merci beaucoup. Okay, merci.
So, how did it go?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did he say?
They are in the paperwork now. Thank God, I'm so happy for that.
Thank you. Well, so they're going to register you?
Yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah, because I'm so happy for that, and I waiting that for a year and a year and a year. Feel like in my body, and I want to cry now, because it's like something you wait like for a year. Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm so okay.
It's been a long struggle, and for Rhonda, this result is a lot to take in.
I told you every time that's gonna pass, and that's happened here. Every time, you know, it's gonna pass. You know, never give up. I'm proud of you.
This is one triumph for women, but it's also, it's a sad day because why did we have to go here, you know? So I'm glad she now gets to unpack and move forward, and maybe her surfing will get better.
But there were moments when you were going to give up.
Like, don't do that. Your talent is enormous. Your ability is enormous. Don't let this thing be the thing that ends your career.
What does all of this mean for the girls then?
What this means now for the girls is that their future is brighter than it was yesterday.
That was amazing to watch Rhonda and Khadjou. They've spent years trying to get the girls registered with the federation, and then to finally see all that hard work pay off. You could just see they were lighter. They felt such a sense of relief, and now they can finally get on with what they wanted to do all along, which was surfing.
I go along as Rhonda and Khadjou share the good news with the girls.
Khadija, you ready for a contest?
instant bi nii ak fédération bi dinañ enregistré club bi ngeen commencé am seen licence yéen ñëpp bii nii ak bële waaw
There are only 3 girls at the club today, but their reaction says it all.
ni ma ko dundee neex na daal vraiment dama kontaan ba mënuma wax sax.
What does this mean for the future, do you think, for you?
dina ma tekki lu bëri entraînement correctement gën a góorgóorlu tamit te tekki sama ndiggal.
I didn't expect that. That was unexpected. That reaction, I knew they would be happy. But that just goes to tell you that they already knew in the community. Do you understand? So they already knew that they weren't allowed, and now being allowed, being accepted. And you see the difference in their faces now than yesterday. So if I say, all right, let's get up, get out, get aboard and get out, let's see how quick they get out there.
Let's see it.
Khadjou, let's get them up, get them changed, get them out there.
There's more good news for Awa. Rhonda and Khadjou have decided to give her a new board.
Now she's going into a more advanced surfboard, basically.
It means she's one step closer to competing as a pro.
I'm stoked for her because for her to be graduating this early just is a really good sign of progression and dedication and focus.
We head to the beach for a quick warm-up, and on a Thursday afternoon it's packed with guys playing football, but off the back of their registration, that no longer phases them.
It's funny, I was just thinking about yesterday when morale was quite low, everyone was lacking in momentum, there are only 4 girls in the water, and today they're just really going for it. And you can see that they're full of confidence now that they've got the registration.
The conditions are tough, just getting out to the waves is difficult. I think I might finally get to see the girls in action. It doesn't take long for Khadjou and Khadija, another member of the elite squad, to catch their first waves. But Awa is struggling.
The waves are absolutely massive out there. I have to say, I'm a little bit worried for Awa. I'm sure she's got this, but they're massive.
The shorter board makes it harder to get your balance. Finally, she's up. Catching waves hasn't been easy for these girls. From what I've seen, the freedom of surfing has been stunted by politics and cultural taboos on the shore. But in the waves, they've learned there's limitless opportunity. And I hope for the girls that that ambition doesn't stop there.